All right, sorry, I got out of sequence just a tiny bit. Now, I will ask our Grand Marshal to have us all rise for the national anthem, please. So please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by our own graduating senior, Maddie Buzza.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Maddie. It's always an honor to hear her sing. My notes say good morning on what a stunning, beautiful morning it is. So I apologize that it is a misty, cool morning, but the sun is shining in the solar system model, full-scale model that is out in front of Preble Hall. So please, that will be shining all day, and that will light our way through our ceremonies. To our graduates, your families and friends, our dedicated faculty and staff, and our honored guests and honorary degree recipient, welcome to the 2025 commencement ceremony of the University of Maine at Presque Isle. Commencement marks an ending, yes, but more importantly, of course, it is a beginning. It is a ritual rooted in tradition, but alive with possibility and change. And today, that possibility belongs to each and every one of you seated before us in caps and gowns, representing not only individual achievement, but the enduring promise of higher education itself. At UMPI, we know that education is not simply a personal milestone, it is a civic one, a communal one, a democratic one. In a world too often defined by division and distrust, institutions like UMPI are cornerstones of a hopeful future. Public higher education is and must remain always an engine of opportunity, one that propels individuals forward while strengthening the communities they call home. Indeed, Maine has always understood this. From the creation of its first normal schools in the 19th century, designed to bring professional education to rural Maine, our state has insisted that geography should never determine destiny. When UMPI was founded in 1903 as the Aroostook State Normal School, it embodied a bold belief that even here, far from the so-called centers of commerce and legislation, higher learning could take root, flourish, and change lives. That belief has never wavered. It has guided all that we do in dedicating ourselves to providing outstanding and accessible higher education experiences from students as close as, well, across the street on University Drive here in Presque Isle, to all 50 of our states and 6 of 7 continents, and we are working on getting somebody enrolled in Antarctica. That's why today matters, not simply because of what you've achieved, but because of what your achievement means. Each of you carries forward that legacy of access and equity, the idea that where you come from, what you look like, or how old you are when you begin your journey should never determine how far you can go. Here at UMPI, we've never forgotten who we serve: working parents, recent high school graduates, veterans, all of those who dream of a better life. We serve the people of Maine and increasingly the nation and the world. And you, our graduates, have carried that mission forward with grace and grit. You've studied late, worked hard, led boldly, persevered through uncertainty. You've done it not for applause, but because you believe in something larger than yourselves. You are not only graduates, you are stewards of a democratic legacy. You are living proof that access to knowledge changes lives, not just your own, but those you will go on to transform in turn. And on behalf of the entire UMPI community, we thank you. We celebrate you. And after today, we welcome you always to our growing family of University of Maine at Presque Isle alumni. My congratulations to all of you. I would now like to introduce the members of the platform party. Audience, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. This year's honorary degree recipient, Yellow Light Green, who will also serve as your commencement speaker. Representing our University of Maine System Board of Trustees, the Commissioner of the Maine State Board of Education, Pender Macon. Alana Margison, the Vice President of Academic Affairs and Provost. Leah Allen, Chair of the Faculty Assembly and an Associate Professor of English. Sue White, Vice President of Enrollment Management. Sarah Coyer, Vice President of Student Affairs. Craig Cormier, Executive Director of University Advancement. Kimberly Jones, Vice President of UMPI's Alumni Association and Associate Professor of Business. Thank you all. It is our tradition at each commencement to honor the graduating class of 50 years prior. Today, we are most pleased to recognize the following members of the class of 1975. Please stand or wave or do calisthenics, anything you would like to do to signify your presence as I name you. Ronald Erickson. The Reverend Bernard L. Brown. Mark Fitzpatrick. Ruth Lyons Fitzpatrick. Charles Cormier. And Sharon E. Royks. It is my honor to recognize the collective of individuals who have been singularly dedicated to the success and accomplishments of each of you within the graduating class of 2025. The remarkable group of educators, mentors, and friends, the people that truly ensure that our curriculum is accessible and outstanding for each and every one of you, the faculty, the staff of the University of Maine of Presque Isle. My thanks to all of you. And it is my special privilege to recognize the faculty emeriti who served with distinction during their service to this university and remain such essential members of our community. Again, please, you can stand or wave or signify in any way you'd like as I call your name, as you're present. Kevin McCartney and Jackie Lohman, also with Saint and Mary. I am now pleased to introduce Anatole Wick and Margaret Jellison playing our alma mater, Rise Up Presque Isle, as composed by Ellis Paul. I just want to note Dr. Veek is professor of music, violin, viola, and orchestra at the University of Maine since 1986, and he travels every year on graduation day to be here at our university rather than at the University of Maine. So I cannot be more pleased and more grateful to his wonderful playing. So please, another round of applause for Dr. Veek. I would like now to introduce Pender Macon, the Commissioner of the Maine Department of Education, our representative of the University of Maine System Board of Trustees.
Good morning. My name is Pender Macon, and it's my honor to be serving as Maine's Commissioner of Education and as a member of the University of Maine System's Board of Trustees. And it is especially my honor to be sharing this important moment with all of you. To all the graduates, I offer my most sincere congratulations, both for the degree that you have earned and for the thousands of acts of courage and hope and determination that led you here today. Congratulations for every early morning when you fought the urge to sleep in, and for every late night you spent studying or finishing a project. And congratulations for every time you felt overwhelmed or defeated and then decided to keep going anyway. Because every effort, even a failed attempt, and every fresh start along your journey to this moment today was a tiny triumph of the human spirit that is now woven into the fabric of your unique story. To all of the family members out there and the friends who've supported you, believed in you, and perhaps offered encouragement when it was most needed, thank you all for standing by these students and for supporting and encouraging them through times of challenge. All of those sacrifices, large and small, and all of your acts of love and faith helped to make today possible. And to all the faculty, staff, and leadership of UMPI, and to all the educators, professors, advisors, coaches, I offer all of you my deepest gratitude. It's not an exaggeration to say that you hold the flickering candle of our democracy in your hands as you engage every day in the most important work of any society. You make a very permanent difference. And that difference is going to echo for generations to come as these students go on to make Maine and our nation stronger and better. Class of 2025, on behalf of the University of Maine System Board of Trustees and the Maine Department of Education, I want you to know that we're all very proud of you and your achievements, and we're looking forward to watching your next adventure unfold. UMPI's University Day just last month celebrated creativity and innovation that characterized this community of learners and leaders. You have distinguished yourselves as entrepreneurs, inventors, artists and scientists, technicians and helpers and educators, makers, healers, and throughout your time here. You have built up so much more than academic knowledge and technical skills. You've built your character, you've tested your moral compass, you've created a community of lifelong friends and colleagues, and you've collected memories that will still make you smile 50 years from now. As you leave here today, you have every reason to celebrate what you've accomplished, but your next mission is already calling. You're well equipped to face the challenges and to embrace the opportunities ahead. And I hope you'll all remember Maine's motto is Dirigo, meaning I lead. And I hope you will lead. And I hope you'll remember that that's the superpower that we all have here in our great state. I hope you lead with confidence, with courage, and I hope you'll lead with that signature UMPI creativity and innovation. And most of all, I hope you will lead with kindness and with joy. Congratulations to every one of you, class of 2025.
Donna Lisnick, the chair of the Board of Visitors of the University of Maine at Presque Isle and a 1986 and 1987 alumna of UMPI, is not able to join us today, but Craig Cormier will present Donna's remarks on her behalf. Craig?
Good morning. I'm honored to read these remarks on behalf of Donna. President Rice, platform guests, future graduates, friends, and families. What a group of happy faces, both graduates and families of graduates. My name is Donna Lisnick. I'm the chair of the Board of Visitors for the University of Maine at Presque Isle, and like you, a proud graduate of UMPI. I am here today to welcome you, to congratulate you, and to wish you the best on behalf of the Board of Visitors. The primary role of the Board of Visitors is to advocate on behalf of UMPI because we believe in this university. This university has provided each of you with the foundation to go into the world and make a difference. I hope you will use your knowledge and your new degree to create a world for yourself and those around you that is better every day. Be a responsible employee, whatever your position, and an active member of your community. Get involved and show the world what you can do. I hope as you leave here today, you are taking with you not only a degree, but memories of caring professors and staff, new and old friends, and many good times. Again, congratulations, good luck, and don't forget to thank those who have supported you in this journey. Sincerely, Donna Lisnick.
Dr. Leah Allen, Chair of the Faculty Assembly, Associate Professor of English, brings greetings from our faculty.
I need glasses now. Hello, graduates and family members. I'm here today on behalf of the faculty, the collective of professors who have mentored, maybe prodded, challenged you through the last 4 years, or less if you're not a traditional student. You're about to walk across the stage and through the doors on your way to new careers, new towns maybe, and certainly many new adventures. And we'll watch you go, sad that we'll not have you in our classrooms anymore, but proud of you and all that you have accomplished. For a professor, the most satisfying moments are those when our students catch on to a new idea and run with it, get excited about learning, ask questions, challenge received ideas. We need these kinds of minds in the world, ones that have become practiced at critical thinking, at keeping an open mind, at understanding and valuing the complexity of the world. For the world, as we know, keeps changing. And whether this change is exciting or scary, it means that we have to keep meeting that change with flexibility and courage. In the words of the poet Lucille Clifton, "Won't you celebrate with me what I have shaped into a kind of life? I had no model. What did I see to be except myself? I made it up here on the bridge between starshine and clay." So on behalf of the UMPI faculty, I want to say that we're honored to be part of celebrating who you have become as you shaped your kind of life. Thank you.
Graduates, family, faculty, distinguished guests, it is an honor to introduce today's commencement speaker, a leader whose vision, values, and voice have left a lasting imprint on the state of Maine and far beyond. Yellow Light Green is a name that stands out, not merely because of its distinctiveness, but because it has come to represent a lifelong dedication to advancing economic and educational opportunity for all Mainers, regardless of geography or background. Born and raised in rural central Maine and a proud graduate of our public schools, Yellow went on to earn both his undergraduate and law degrees from Harvard University. Yet he chose to return home to serve, to lead, to build a more inclusive and equitable Maine. His career has been defined not by distance traveled, but by his deep and enduring commitment to this place and its people. As president and CEO of the Maine Development Foundation, he leads a nonpartisan public-private partnership focused on long-term sustainable growth, economic, educational, and civic. His professional journey from senior leadership at Bangor Savings Bank to his earlier roles in the Maine Department of Education and as an advisor to Governor Angus King reflects both strategic vision and a deeply held ethic of public service. And yet what most distinguishes Yellow is not his resume, but his relentless optimism. Wherever he travels across the state, he brings with him a 5-foot illuminated sign created by artist Charlie Hewitt. You might notice it to my left over here. The word on that sign is simple: hopeful. It is more than a message, it is a mindset, one that affirms the promise of Maine's future and the power of those who choose to shape it with courage, compassion, and resolve. Graduates, today you step into that future. You join a tradition of Mainers who dare to imagine something better and who, like your speaker, believe that leadership begins with love for community and a refusal to be constrained by what merely is. Please join me in welcoming a proud citizen of the state of Maine and a tireless advocate for all of its people, Yellow Light Green.
Thank you very much, Ray. My wife already says that she needs an ice pick to keep my swollen head in check. So if you could send that down to her, I'd really appreciate it. So listen, how many of you, I'm not from around here, so when they said Hootie is going to be leading the procession, I was like, why is the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish going to be at the UMPI graduation? It was still pretty cool, but not quite what I was imagining. Good morning. How are you, class of 2025? It's great to be with you. My name is Yellow, like the color. My wife is like, why do you always say like the color? Well, let me tell you something. A lot of times when I say, hi, I'm Yellow, people are like, wow, that's pretty cool. And I am like, listen, try living with that through junior high first, buddy, and then we will talk, okay? Because growing up, it wasn't easy. I was called yellow-bellied sapsucker. Purple, was a nice spin on the genre. But the kicker was that for all the time I can remember, I'd say, hi, I'm Yellow, and people would say, how do you spell that? And I'm like, wow, are people so out of it that they don't know how to spell yellow? And then I realized years later that I was the one who was out of it, because what they were really saying was, I must be hallucinating. I thought you said your name was Yellow. So now I'm always like, it's yellow, like the color. So, I lived with this my whole life. And then about the time I get out of law school, I get a call from a producer from the Today Show. And she says, we're up in Maine working on another story, and we heard about you. And now we're working on a story about the weirdest names in America. And I'm like, this is awesome. This is going to finally pay off my 15 minutes of fame. I'm like, what do I need to do? Do I need to show up somewhere? Are you going to send a crew to me? Like, no. We just need to confirm a few details for the web-only feature. See, the story is really about this other person. I'm like, really? They're like, yeah, marijuana Pepsi. I'm kidding you not, okay? I'm like, darn. So my whole life, I like to think I've been almost famous, and now I've arrived. So I'm like the Forrest Gump of Maine. And so, my best friend is a senior executive at the Boston Red Sox. Ketanji Brown Jackson, the Supreme Court Justice, was in my dorm in college. I was undefeated lifetime in college debate against Senator Ted Cruz. This crazy guy, Archibald Coulson Chip Whitehead, lived through the fire door from us sophomore year, and we played cards all night. And now he's a Pulitzer Prize winning novelist. Let me tell you, if you haven't been called a moron in a card game every night by a Pulitzer Prize winner, you haven't lived. But I have something that they don't have. I got the privilege of coming home to Maine and trying to live a life of making a difference for the place and the people that I love. And that is something truly priceless. So I just wanted to share with the graduates and your family and friends and faculty who supported you through all this and made it all happen. Let's give it up for them, class. And I just want to say this. Obviously, we have a couple of hundred of you in this room. But how cool is it that right here in Presque Isle, Maine, we, this amazing faculty, are making a thing, a product, a service, world-class education, and they're exporting it to thousands of students all around the country and the world. We should be proud of that as residents of Central Aroostook and residents of the state of Maine. Well done. So, a few reflections from the journey along the way. The first one is don't fit in, okay? Like, I had no choice. The second I show up in a room with the name yellow, I'm not gonna fit in no matter how hard I try. And being a rural Maine kid in the Ivy League, I wasn't gonna fit in no matter how hard I tried. And being the only non-educator at the Department of Education, I wasn't gonna fit in no matter how hard I tried. And being a non-business major working at a bank for 12 years, I was never gonna fit in no matter how much I tried. But I realized over the course of my career, as I reflect back, that not fitting in is really a superpower. So many people spend so much energy trying to fit in personally, professionally, civically, whatever it is. And when you don't, you spend your energy getting really comfortable with never fitting in. But what that means is an appreciation for the fact that your experience, your perspective, is just not the norm. It's not typical. It's not the only thing worthy of respect and consideration. And so I found that not fitting in has actually been the key to unlocking a sense of respect for others, of listening to others, to finding good ideas no matter who they come from, and for building bridges and collaboration in the work, which is oh so crucial to success. So don't fit in. How many of you have ever seen the movie Imitation Game? This was a movie that came out some years ago, and it was about the team of misfits, Alan Turing, who invented the first computer and led a team of misfits that cracked the uncrackable Enigma code of the Nazis and helped us win World War II. And in that movie, the Turing character says this. He says, "Sometimes it's the people no one imagines anything of who do the things that no one can imagine." Sometimes it's the people no one imagines anything of who do the things that no one can imagine. That might be you. It might have been you 4 years ago. It might be you today. But look for those people who might do the unimaginable if only we thought about them different. I grew up on the poorest bus route in the poorest K-12 school district in the state of Maine. Years later, my neighbor who was in graduate school in social work at UMaine said that they referred to that area as the, quote, Bermuda Triangle of social work. That's how bad it was. My first 2 suits I bought at Rennie's, famous maker, with the label clipped out so you couldn't tell who made the suit. And so, you know, how did I make it? A lot of reasons, but partly because I had inspiration nearby, around the corner. So my second piece of advice, other than don't fit in, is be inspired. And that inspiration for me were the McCusick twins of Parkman, Maine. Now, Parkman is a small farming town about 3 towns over from where I grew up. It's a speed bump on Route 150 as you drive from Skowhegan up to the Moosehead Lake region. And there's a family farm there, owned for generations by the McCusicks. And there were 3 McCusick brothers, an older brother and 2 younger twins. And the older brother worked that farm so that those 2 twin boys, Victor and Vincent, could go to college. Now, Victor went to Johns Hopkins Medical School and founded the Department of Medical Genomics at Johns Hopkins Medical School, the finest medical school in the world, and literally wrote the textbook on medical genetics. Vincent, who was the dumb one, went to Bates, MIT, worked on the Manhattan Project, and graduated #1 in his class from Harvard Law School. He could have gone anywhere in the world. And his mentor, the dean, said to him, "Vincent, you need to go home. You need to go home to Maine." And he did. And years later, I was fortunate to have a chance to be mentored by Vincent McCusick And I learned from Vincent McCusick that the small in small town doesn't have to mean the smallness of the impact that you can have. He went on to become the Chief Justice of the Maine Supreme Court for 14 years and shaped generations of lawyers in this state. Be inspired. Be lucky, but make your own luck. And I think you've done this to get where you are today in the class of 2025. One of the greatest things, the many kind things that I've been lucky enough to have someone say about me during my career, someone said to me years ago, they said, "Yellow, you're the kind of guy that if you see a wall, you will bash your head in it until it becomes a door." And that's what I mean by you got to be lucky, but you have to make your own luck. And now to the sign. Be hopeful. Now, how can you be hopeful in a challenged, changing, chaotic, polarized world? Well, I can be hopeful because I get to carry a 5-foot hopeful sign around in my trunk every day. But the economic change that is still racking our state and large parts of our nation, especially rural parts of our nation, I work a lot with some of the most down and out distressed communities in Maine, mill towns, and other communities that are trying to figure out a path forward. And I was in Jay, Maine, where they lost their paper mill a couple of years ago. And town leaders said to me, "What is a mill town with no mill? What is a mill town with no mill?" They had no hope. Technological change, artificial intelligence. Everyone in this room probably knows more about AI than I do, but I would just say this. AI can never be the first at anything. Who was the first? Who was the first Pythagoras? Who was the first Edison? Who was the first Einstein? Who was the first person who wrote the poems and sang the songs? We all know from watching reality TV shows that somebody else can come along and sing that song better someday than the original. But nobody can be the first, and AI definitely can't. Polarization and global conflict is all around us. I think underlying this is this sense in some way that it's never been this bad before. Oh my God, it's so bad. It's never been this bad before. My first love is history. And so I think, have you ever heard of the Civil War? You know, a little thing that happened in our country. We had a civil war. Thousands died. We had centuries of slavery. We had almost a century of Jim Crow. Here in Maine in the 1920s, the largest KKK rallies in the country were here in Maine, rallying against the Francos and the Catholics that they didn't want to be here, who, of course, became the foundation of the economy and the communities, so many that we know. So, when I think about how can we have hope in a challenged, chaotic, strained, polarized world, I think about the hope of those shopkeepers and fishermen and loggers from Maine who refused the line and fixed bayonets and charged down the hill at Little Round Top to save the Union. I think about the hope of that little girl in Little Rock who desegregated our schools. I think about the hope of Rosa Parks and Selma. I think about the hope of our very own ancestors. The hope of our very own ancestors, and I'll just mention a few of mine. The hope of those who fled the potato famine in Ireland to seek life and a full belly and a chance for their kids. Those who fled the Pale of Settlement in Russia in order to avoid persecution and death. My wife's grandfather, who hiked over the Alps with only what he could carry in the lining of his coat to flee the Nazis. It really is Sound of Music kind of stuff. I think about their hope. And so I give you a couple of quotes from our amazing inaugural poet from a few years ago, Amanda Gorman. And she wrote, she said, "America is not broken, it is unfinished." America is not broken, it is unfinished. And so too, each of our communities and our state, not broken, but unfinished. And who is going to do the finishing? What makes America great, what makes our community great is not that everything in the past was wonderful or that it's wonderful today, but the constant pursuit of making it better, of driving progress. And so Amanda Gorman wrote this too. She said about what we were living through the pandemic and through racial unrest, she said, we needed a miracle, but what we got was a mirror. We needed a miracle, but what we got was a mirror. So the folks that are doing the finishing are you, the graduates, and folks like every one of us in the room that will carry that kernel of hope forward so that, as Lincoln said at Gettysburg, that last greatest hope of humanity, a government by the people, for the people, of the people, never falters. So think about bringing hope to the world and bringing hope to us here at home. My last college graduation that I was at a couple of years ago, my middle son graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy, and I got to watch 1,000 young men and women pledge their allegiance to join up as officers of those two branches of our military. And they pledged allegiance not to a department, not to the Pentagon, not to the U.S. government, not to any person, but to the Constitution of the United States, to an idea, to a value. That's what they pledged their allegiance to. And my son just deployed out to Camp Pendleton after 2 years of Marine Corps officer training. But the Chief of the Navy, Admiral Gilday, spoke that day. And around the rim of the stadium there are the names of all the battles that the Navy and the Marine Corps has fought in our history since the Revolution, including the ones that my grandfather earned his two Purple Hearts in. And Admiral Gilday said this that I'll never forget. He said, what you don't see there are the battles that were never fought because America kept the watch and America kept the peace. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. So what is our place in the world? We have to stay engaged to create the world that we want. And here at home, last week, I had the chance, I was at Educare Central Maine. If you're in the education program here, maybe you've heard of the Educare model. It's an amazing model for early childhood education. We have one of the 25 sites in the country here in Waterville, Maine. So I was at Educare and I got to sit next to the woman from Chicago who started the whole thing. Her name is Portia Kennel. The south side of Chicago, the 80s and 90s, racked by the ravages of the crack cocaine epidemic. The gang violence was so bad that they tore down the Robert Taylor homes that housed 26,000 people in order to try to start over and change the culture of the community. It was so bad, worse than what most of us can imagine. And what was Portia's talk all about? It was about hope. And I said, Portia, I'm going to freak you out. Let me get this thing from my trunk. And she messaged me yesterday and said, Yellow, keep the hope. Never stop bringing the hope. And what she said is, no matter how bleak it is, the most powerful force in the universe is the hope of a parent for their child. The hope of a parent for their child. So around the world and here at home, I hope that you will join me in carrying hopeful with you everywhere you go. I want to wrap up with a couple of thoughts. One is stay grounded, stay real. It's easy to talk about big ideas and abstraction and career goals, and I wish you success in all of those. But as you go through this and as you get ready for this next era in your life, stay grounded in what matters. And I want to read you a poem by Raymond Carver. It's called Late Fragment. He died at 50. He almost died before that. He almost drunk himself to death. And he recovered and he survived and he got sober. And this might be the last poem he ever wrote, called Late Fragment. And it says, and did you get what you wanted from this life, even so? I did. And what did you want? To call myself beloved, to feel myself beloved on the earth. So I hope you have amazing success in being part of that mirror that we're looking into that is necessary to progress and finish our communities, our country, our companies, our world. But I hope you stay grounded in what it's really all about. So in climbing, there's the climber and there's the people on belay. You know what the people on belay are, right? They're the ones holding the rope if you slip, right? And so many people, your teachers, your significant others, your parents, your friends, your loved ones, any mentors you have been on belay for you all these years as you've worked your way through it. And I think they would agree with me that the only thing that we ask in return is that you be on belay for someone else as best you can in your life and in your career. In our leadership program, our Leadership Maine program, we do the high ropes course at the kickoff of the program. How many of you have done like a high ropes course or one of those adventure challenge type of things of some kind, right? And so you've got this, in our case, this log up there that's maybe about a foot wide, 30 feet off the ground. And in my class 10 years ago, we had this woman who was petrified. And the guy who was there running the program, we were all cheering her on, and she said, "Shut up. I only want to hear from this one guy." She just needed this one quiet voice of encouragement, not all of us yelling and screaming. And that one quiet voice got her up that tree, and that one quiet, supportive voice got her across that log. And when she came down, she said, "Thank you for holding me," those of you who are on belay. And the three people who were holding her on that rope on belay said, "No, thank you for trusting us enough to hold you. Thank you for trusting us enough to hold you." So, belay on belay, climbing, climb on, class of 2025, and I'm thrilled to be graduating with you. Congratulations.
It is now my pleasure as president of the University of Maine at Presque Isle to present an honorary degree to Yellow Light Breen. Yellow, will you please stand and come forward? Oh, there's a citation over there. Here, let me go grab it. So Yellow gets something much larger that he has to carry home with him, but the citation looks like this, and it basically says this: Yellow Light Breen, champion for economic development and higher education, you are commended today for your dedicated service to the people of Maine, your unflagging support of economic and workforce development, and your longstanding commitment to educational opportunity. As a dedicated public servant, you have worked at the local and state level to foster collaboration between business and education partners, advancing the Maine Development Foundation's mission of economic prosperity for all. You have been an incredible proponent of educational attainment for Maine's employees and developing leaders through your wide-ranging work from Bangor Savings Bank to the Maine Department of Education and your service on boards including the Maine Community Foundation and Educate Maine. In particular, you have shown strong support for young professionals in our state, encouraging them to stay in Maine and make both a good life and a lasting impact on their communities. As a frequent visitor to Aroostook County, you have engaged with area leaders to support sustainable growth efforts in our own region. A son of Maine, you have been an incredible ambassador in your travels around the state and this country with your hopeful sign in hand, helping, or in the trunk, and helping to illuminate a pathway to a brighter future. In appreciation of your outstanding service and in recognition of your status as a dedicated public servant, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. We also do things locally here in Aroostook County. So we received at the president's office a letter to Yellow Light Green, which is a free car wash from Daigle Oil. So we're giving him this as well along with it. So.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You've heard enough from me today, but I am truly honored by this. This is amazing, and I'm so proud to be an owl with all of you. And I was thinking about this, and what I brought with me was the first book that I ever owned as a 5-year-old. So we lived off the grid. We had nothing. My mom read to us by kerosene lamplight. We had nothing, but we always had enough money for the school book order somehow. And this tattered book that I got from my uncle, inside it's marked discard from the library discard sale. He bought it for me for 20 cents. And today I have a doctorate. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's a huge honor.
Okay, it is time now for Vice President and Provost Margison to make the presentation of the candidates for degrees. Please note that some in-person graduates will be wearing colored cords around their neck: gold for summa cum laude, blue for magna cum laude, white for cum laude, red, white, and blue for a military veteran, and blue and gold combined for those participating senior class gift. In addition to our own graduates, we will also be awarding Bachelor of Science in Nursing from the University of Maine at Fort Kent and a Master of Science in Education degree from the University of Southern Maine.
Members of the audience, we request that you do not take photos during this time as there is a professional photographer on site. Graduates will be given your wings after you receive your diplomas and exit down the ramp. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership please rise and come forward? Sifredo Torres, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, summa cum laude. Lydia Escobar Blanco, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Bachelor of Arts in Accounting, summa cum laude. Timothy David Burns, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership. Peyton Herbert Jones, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership. Michael McKinney, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership. Zara Ibrahimi. Zara Ibrahimi, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership. Melissa S. Libby, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership. Erin Julian. Aaron Julian Congo, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Bachelor of Arts in Accounting. Sean Fernando, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership. Brandon J. Bright, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, summa cum laude. Nazneen Nishat, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Virginia R.M.C. Barrows, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership. Jeffrey Amos Skinner Perkins, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Bachelor of Liberal Studies with a minor in Management, summa cum laude. Anthony Paomo Carrigo Jr., Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Education from the University of Southern Maine please rise and come forward? Amy Marie Trombley, Master of Science in Education, degree awarded from the University of Southern Maine. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Accounting please rise and come forward? Timothy Vincent Turturici, Bachelor of Arts in Accounting, magna cum laude. Logan Michael Tapley, Bachelor of Arts in Accounting, summa cum laude. Gem Yi, Bachelor of Arts in Accounting, magna cum laude. Gilbert Newman Jean Mendez, Bachelor of Arts in Accounting. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration please rise and come forward? Cassidy Rebecca Morrill, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Emma Kathleen McNally, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Joshua Oliver Thomas, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Xavier Charles McAdee, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Ashton C.J. Henry, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration. T.J. Harrison, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Diego Jose Are Oliveri, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, summa cum laude. Brian Thurston Ellis, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration. Joseph Jace Michaud, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration. Christopher David Moore, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, cum laude. Noah Kenneth Ouimet, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Joelle Tony, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Richard William Montmarquette, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Kylie Starr Blazek, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, cum laude. Madison Louise Miller, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, summa cum laude. Kyle John Adam Felon, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, summa cum laude. Fayez Seitan Salam, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Ismet Hadianto Tattat, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, summa cum laude. Juan Miguel Montes Castro, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Chase Richard McCallion, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, cum laude. Kobe L. Saunders, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, summa cum laude. Saul Joseph Jr., Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration. Paige Elizabeth Wozniak, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, summa cum laude, Associate of Arts in Liberal Studies, magna cum laude. Cedric Damian Towns, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, summa cum laude. Carter Joseph Castro, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, cum laude. Matthew Ryan Ames, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Diane M. Charette, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, cum laude. Micah Davis Tischer, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, summa cum laude. Omar Jose Morales, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Mecca Dond, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration and History and Political Science, double major, summa cum laude. Thank you. Anthony Loomis Taylor, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, summa cum laude. Brendan Daniel Richardson, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration. Charity Monique Kane, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Kia D. Lee, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Ramon Otakan, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Melody Celeste Becker, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, summa cum laude. Janine Marie Collins, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Denise Danielle Maxent, Bachelor of Liberal Studies and Business Administration, double major, minor in Management Information Systems, magna cum laude, Associate of Arts in Liberal Studies, magna cum laude. Kaylee Beitler, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, magna cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice please rise and come forward? LaShawn Jean Iverson, Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice. Hannah Elizabeth Gentry, Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice. Madison Serena Oliver, Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice. Deborah Neal Blunt, Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, summa cum laude. Anthony Lane Searles, Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education please rise and come forward? Paige Elizabeth Bollier, Bachelor of Liberal Studies, Educational Studies. Amber Dawn Matheson, Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, cum laude. Catherine Marie Esty, Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education. Emerson Day Turner, Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education. Hunter Ray Perkins, Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Gurkiran Kaur Saini, Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education. Rebecca Book, Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Allison Hannah Catherine Gibson, Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, cum laude. Danielle Nicole Dorr, Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education. Maya Beaton, Bachelor of Liberal Studies, Post-Baccalaureate Elementary Education. Braden Roderick Innes McIntyre, Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Heather Harpold Hughes, Bachelor of Liberal Studies, minor in Educational Studies, cum laude. Jennifer Ann Clark, Bachelor of Liberal Studies, Post-Baccalaureate Science Instruction, magna cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science please rise and come forward? Olivia Jacqueline Rattano, Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science and Bachelor of Arts in Biology, double major. Alec Gardiner Brooks, Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science, magna cum laude. Bryce Allen Lawrence, Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science. Charlie Paul Melick, Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science, summa cum laude. Cami Ray King, Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science, cum laude. Alexis Gale Ireland, Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science. Logan Migliori, Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science, magna cum laude. Miles Jones, Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing, degree awarded from the University of Maine at Fort Kent, please rise and come forward? Taylor Dawn Young, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude, degree awarded from the University of Maine at Fort Kent. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physical Education please rise and come forward? Brecken Adana Sargent, Bachelor of Science in Physical Education, magna cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Secondary Education please rise and come forward? Bailey A.V. Gaudet, Bachelor of Science in Secondary Education, magna cum laude. Josie Karen Smallman, Bachelor of Science in Secondary Education, magna cum laude. Congrats. Lauren Ann McGillicuddy, Bachelor of Science in Secondary Education, summa cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Social Work please rise and come forward? Mariah Elizabeth Jean Fournier, Bachelor of Social Work. Mackenzie Elizabeth Gallagher, Bachelor of Social Work, magna cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Magno, Bachelor of Social Work, magna cum laude. Hannah D. White, Bachelor of Social Work, cum laude. Madeline K. Buzza, Bachelor of Social Work, summa cum laude. Jessica Lynn Argraves, Bachelor of Social Work. Kaylin Lily Hewitt, Bachelor of Social Work, magna cum laude. Morgan McCarthy, Bachelor of Social Work. Paige Elizabeth Ann Trevors, Bachelor of Social Work, magna cum laude. Samantha Alice Toner, Bachelor of Social Work. Carly Elva Ray Peterson, Bachelor of Social Work. Jordan Renee Dixon, Bachelor of Social Work, summa cum laude. Taylor Riddle, Bachelor of Social Work, summa cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts in Criminal Justice please rise and come forward? Courtney May Whitmore, Associate of Arts in Criminal Justice, summa cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science in Physical Therapist Assistant please rise and come forward? Budima Therangani Thirimana, Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant, summa cum laude. Lillian N. Bray, Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant, magna cum laude. Marissa Ann Havey, Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant, magna cum laude. Vivian Elizabeth Mallett, Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant, magna cum laude. Haley Nicole Saylor, Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant. Maya Dale Bragdon, Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant, cum laude. Karis Dankert, Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant. Erin Marie Otto, Associate of Science and Physical Therapist Assistant, cum laude. Will the graduates please rise? President Rice, I have the honor to present our students who have been judged by the faculty of the University of Maine at Presque Isle, University of Maine at Fort Kent, and the University of Southern Maine. Master of Arts, Master of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Social Work, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine System and confirming the action of our faculty, I hereby grant unto you the appropriate degree of Master of Arts, Master of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Social Work, Associate of the Arts, Associate of Science, together with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. You may now move your tassels from the right side of your caps to the left side, signifying you're now college graduates. You may all be seated. I'd now like to take a moment to focus on the many students who couldn't be with us today to march across this stage. Our online students, our Your Pace students, our out-of-state students who have already returned home, and all other students who just were not able to be here in person. To those of you joining us via live stream, congratulations. The past few years have taught us how important it is to honor every single graduate. And that's why we'll be hosting a virtual graduation ceremony to be made available on UMPI's YouTube channel on Saturday, June 14th. This video will recognize all graduates who are not able to attend our in-person events and give them an opportunity to celebrate their accomplishments. You'll likely have noticed a videographer in the crowd today capturing graduation moments, right down over there. He's going to help us capture a very special moment right now that we're creating especially for our virtual graduates with your help. In a moment, I'm going to ask all of you, audience members included, to stand. I'll then step off this stage. I'll leap very dexterously off right there. And quote, present a diploma to the camera. Think of the camera as a first-person view for our virtual grads. With the cue from our videographer, probably something like action, so we all get to be in a movie for a moment here. I'd ask all of you to provide a robust round of applause for all of these students. The camera will capture your enthusiasm and celebratory spirit for these virtual grads as our videographer proceeds down the center aisle. My heartfelt thanks to all of you for helping our virtual graduates to have just a little bit of the pomp and circumstance that you're experiencing right now in your in-person commencement. With that, I'd ask everyone, as you're able, to stand, and let's get the filming started. Thank you so much, and please be seated. That's a good little stretch break too here, just for the final moments here before we get ready for processing. So it is now my great pleasure to introduce Alexis Lexi Ireland, your student commencement speaker for this morning. Coming to UMPI from the great community of Howland, Maine, Lexi has distinguished herself as a true scholar athlete, as competitive in her academic studies as she has been on the basketball court and the soccer field. This is actually the second degree she has received here, and has been both a joy and a privilege for her to be on our campus these past 5 years, as she's earned 143 credits with us. Lexi.
Good morning, graduates, friends, family, and staff. My name is Alexis Ireland, and I'm graduating today alongside all of these amazing young men and women. I want to start off by telling you a little bit about myself. I came to UMPI in the fall of 2020, excited, eager, nervous, and a little uncomfortable to be starting this new journey away from my family. I am from a very small town called Howland, with a population of just over 1,200 people. I have always lived in a small, close-knit community, so when looking for colleges, I knew that would be something I would need. I never thought that UMPI would be a good fit for me. I could not bring myself to live in the county. There's nothing up here. I can't play on a team with girls I once played against, and I'll be too far from home. All of these things came to my mind when I thought of the University of Maine at Presque Isle. But here we are, so I guess you have to expect the unexpected. All it took was one conversation with a very special person, and I was sold. Someone who was dead set on going anywhere else decided to go to UMPI. Aaron Marston was the selling point for me. Many of you knew Aaron, and I'm sure he touched your lives in so many ways. He really is the reason I decided to come to UMPI 5 years ago, and all the people I've met along the way are the reasons I've stayed. The people here at UMPI really are one of a kind. The staff, the students, the communities surrounding campus, everyone truly just wants the best for each other. I think that's one of the most important things that you can have in life. I felt that no matter where I was, what I was doing, or who I was with, it was always a time to remember. From Waffle Wednesdays in the Owl's Nest, golf in the hallways of Emerson at 1 a.m., ordering every drink on the Starbucks menu with leftover money on our campus card, to all the fans in the bleachers cheering on our teams, and maybe even heckling the other team a little bit. It all led to laughter, joy, and unforgettable memories. One of the special things about being part of a community like this is that you get the opportunity to meet and learn from people unlike yourself. We may come from different places and backgrounds, but we can all find similarities and build relationships together. I learned that summers in Maine are winters in Australia, that when we complain about it being hot and 80 degrees here, that it is 10 times worse in Florida. I learned that Holton is superior and that New York life is just so much faster than the way we live it out here. I've been able to meet and become friends with people from all over the country and the world because of UMPI. Some of my best and lifelong friends are ones that I have met here. Not only have my peers made a large impact on my years here at UMPI, but so have all the staff. The professors here are amazing and work to make personal connections with their students. I've always felt comfortable asking questions or seeking advice from many of them. Only in the county can you run into one of your professors at Walmart and have an entire conversation with them without discussing schoolwork at all. They don't just teach us, but they're also some of the most supportive people I have met. I can't recall a home game without professors or staff members there cheering us on, and that is something I can say personally feels extremely special. To be on the court and hearing your professors cheer your name, and then the next day in class, that's the first thing you talk about, is something I'll never forget and I'll really miss. I was asked recently if I would miss the county when I leave, and yeah, I guess I will, but it's not really the county that I'll be reminiscing about. It's UMPI and all the people who come along with it. It's hard to put into words the impact this place has had on my life, and I hope it has impacted all yours the way it has mine. If you take anything away from what I have said today, it should be to not only surround yourself with people who truly want you to succeed, but with people who will do all they can to help you succeed as well. I believe that I have gotten that here at UMPI. Thank you to all the amazing professors, staff, and students here at UMPI for making my years so unforgettable. Congratulations to all the graduates. We did it.
At this time, I am pleased to introduce Kim Jones, a 1997 graduate of this institution, Associate Professor of Business and current Vice President of the Alumni Association and Associate Professor of Business. Kim.
Good morning, everyone. I'm only going to take 2 minutes of your time, but I hope what I share with you serves you well for a lifetime. My name is Kim Jones, and I'm a professor of business administration here at the University of Maine at Presque Isle, but today I'm also representing the Alumni Association. Class of 2025, when I was sitting in your seat a few years ago, I had what I could only describe as terrified excitement. I was thrilled to be graduating. I mean, after all, it's a huge accomplishment, but it also came with a heaping side of anxiety. It wasn't until quite recently that I actually figured out what this mixed bag of emotions was all about. My aha moment came while listening to a podcast about happiness. In it, author Mel Robbins explained that graduation starts what she called the Great Scattering. You are all about to enter a period of massive change. Some of you will be starting families soon, others will move to a different home or state or country. Certainly many of you will be starting new careers. You'll also have secondhand change, or what I like to call spare change, as you experience that emotional shift that comes with watching people you've grown close to go in different directions. The point is that graduation marks a time of transition and transformation. The routines and structure of college life end today, and new adventures begin. That's what makes this next phase exciting and a little bit scary too. But class of 2025, you have a tremendous advantage. You have a partner in this change because you are now a member of a powerful network called the UMPI Alumni Association. And guess what? We have all sat in your seat. We know very well that nervous anticipation that comes with college graduation. This university has existed for more than 120 years, so you are now joining thousands and thousands and thousands of fellow alum who are forever part of your team, cheering you on, ready to provide you support, and helping guide the way. So please stay connected to your alumni association, not only for your benefit, but for ours as well. Because as much as we can do for you, you can bring to us a new perspective and a unique, valuable voice. You can also pay it forward as an alum to help the next generation of graduates find their way, which I can tell you is very rewarding. So yes, the great scattering means you will all be going in your own directions, but no matter where your wings take you, you always have a home at UMPI. Congratulations, class of 2025, and welcome to the Alumni Association.
Now comes that moment during commencement that graduates always, at least usually, I think, look forward to, the tossing of the caps. Just don't toss them directly into somebody in your... Graduates, if you'll stand. So on the count of 1, we'll commence with the tossing of the caps. So I'll count down from 3, and when I say 1, poof, they should all go in the air, and we'll get a magically wonderful photograph of them floating above your heads. All right. 3, 2, 1, toss. And if you can't find yours, grab somebody else's. All right, students, please take your seats as we're about to begin the recessional. Members of the audience, I ask you please stay until the recessional is complete. The platform party will exit first along with the faculty, and then the students will exit. I will be in the gymnasium for a while for anyone, or outside the gymnasium if it isn't raining too hard, for anyone who would like to have a picture taken. And I remind you, there's a reception immediately following at the multipurpose room right up the walkway to the south at the campus center. Everyone is invited, and Anatole and Margaret will be playing at that reception as well. And just a couple quick more notes. One, Eleanor Roosevelt said this: the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. I hope we prepared you to make the beauty of those dreams a reality in everything you do moving forward in the future. Or, as my favorite character from my favorite film series says, Obi-Wan Kenobi, may the Force be with you. Oh, they're going to bring up the sound here.
Thank you.